Surrounded by oak trees draped in Spanish moss, this colonial-style home will soon be on the market, but not before professional stager Megan Morris puts her design stamp on this historic gem.
I love the high ceilings in here.
I know, isn't it beautiful? And all the woodwork.
Pretty.
Yes.
So this is an older home, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When was this house built?
In the 1920s. But
Okay.
so that's why it has all that character and all the charm.
Right. So I see a lot of what look to be original features
Yes.
in here.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, these are the original floors.
Oh my
so they
gosh.
sanded these down and they stained them this beautiful color. So it's a very up-to-date color. This is what everybody wants these days.
One of the funnest things is that they had all the windows restored. These are the
Yes.
original windows from the 20s.
I know, aren't they beautiful? Well, they did a lot of work with this. They had them professionally restored. Not everybody does this. A lot of times they just paint over them, and they actually replaced all the roping, so everything is, it's the same mechanism, same weights as before, but now they work properly again, and everything's been restored professionally.
What's your design plan for sort of bridging that gap between the history of this home and that time period and what people want today?
It's so interesting you say that, because that's exactly what you're thinking about when you're designing it, because you don't go too contemporary in a home that has character from the 1920s, but you also
Right.
want to be up to date. So we try to incorporate that into our furniture plan. We're bringing them a table that's darker in color, and then white chairs. So we really want to have that contrast with the hardwood floors, and then the table will be made up beautifully. Yeah. So I can envision, you know, I think the lifestyle that you always want when you're looking at houses. How would I entertain here? Would this be a great house to have a family over? I mean, this kind of room, you could have a huge family over for Thanksgiving and be able to fit everybody.
So there are two really important things when you're trying to sell your house if you are going to stage it. Number one, you've got to have good photographs.
Right.
And number two, you have to have an open space where when people come to look at the house, they have plenty of room to walk around.
Right. It's so different when you're living in a house and when you're selling it. We try to tell people that when they have furnished homes too, because you might have extra pieces in the corners, you know, and a hutch, perhaps a china. But when you go to sell a house, you want them to be able to walk all the way around it.
Right.
You want them to feel that extra space. It's really important. So it's very minimal when you're staging a house, and that's what we're trying to convey. Is look, there's so much space. You can add more if you want.
That old adage, less is more,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You were telling me that there are a few rooms in the house that are really important with staging, and this is one of them.
Yes. I love staging the master bedroom.
Okay.
I think it really shows this is romantic, this is beautiful, this is organized, and it gives people a sense of space too, where they can see that, oh good, I can put a king size bed here if I want, I can have 2 nightstands. A lot of times when they walk in a room, if they don't see the furniture there, they wonder if their things are going to fit.
Right.
So by we take all that out of the element, you know, now they can see that it fits, it looks pretty, it looks romantic. You know, it's different than the way that we live in our own homes. You know, a lot of times at home we'll have an ironing board in the corner, or you want it to be your sanctuary.
Right.
You know, you want it to be a place of peace, and this is what we try to show when we stage a house. That this is a place, this is refuge for you. This is where you're going to relax.
Right.
Coming up next on Ready, Set, Renovate. After just 2 hours, Megan's team has transformed this historic home into a showplace that's sure to sell for top dollar.